So for the last of these neural filters that we're going to look at here, this one's kind of a wild one. So this option here allows us to apply different, I guess for lack of a better word, you call seasons to landscape imagery. So again, it's one of these neural filters using a database of landscape images at all different seasons of the year to scan the image and look at things like leaf color, the amount of snow on the ground, the amount of leaves on trees, etc. All these different elements that would be included in a typical landscape image. So here we have the original photograph. It's this mountain range here. You see it's obviously in the fall. We have this kind of warm colors to the leaves here. Starting to see some not so green grass here in the front. So let's go into the filters, neural filters once again. And we're going to scroll down. This is yet another beta version of these neural filters. So it's called the Landscape Mixer. So we're just going to flick this on. And the way this works is you have a series of presets that are available to you based on some images that they know can work well. And then you have sliders. So they have sunset from one side to the other to 0, spring, summer, autumn, winter, and then this level of preservation of the original subject. So how much do you want to keep the original scene intact, right? So let's just take a look at this. So let's say if we want to make this, let's say a winter time scene, so you can choose one of the following winter scenes. So you'll see there's one here that kind of has a kind of mountain range with snow-capped mountains here. So let's choose that one. So this is going to process on device. This one might take a little bit longer than some of the other filters that we've encountered up until this point, because it has to cross-reference a huge database of images online to sort of figure out what it's seeing and how to build each and every little piece that it's actually detecting within this original image. So of course you have the mountain range, you have the foreground, and then the midground, and there you have it. Bang! So it's gone to the point where it's applied snow to the mountains. It's kept a little bit of the fall leaves there. Might be a little bit too colorful for this time of year, I guess, depending. But even these shrubs in the foreground, it's pulled the leaves off of those and found a close approximation to them. Put a little bit of dusting of snow on the ground. Right? Let's try a different one here. Let's see if we have. Let's see one that might look like. Let's try this one. Let's see a little bit more greenery. So this would be kind of more of a spring style. Lots of green, bright, vivid greens. So again, it's going to scan. Again, guys, processing on device. So when you see that, it's using your local processing power in order to achieve this. And there you have it. It's gone in and applied some green to the trees up the mountain side. A little bit less snow up at the tops. Obviously green here. Put the leaves back on the trees. Changed all the fall leaves to green. It's done a pretty good job, actually. Let's look at one last one here. This one's sort of like a sunset, kind of like a twilight light. So it's got a little bit more of a purpley aesthetic to the light. Going to be a little bit more contrasty. Obviously, the light is going to be lower in the sky, less direct on the scene, the subjects within the scene. It's just not bad at all either. Darker sky. So once you're happy with the results, you can always also go in and tweak the individual elements to add more summer, more spring, more autumn, wherever it happens to be. You're just going to hit OK. Now I'm going to show you one important thing to kind of keep an eye out for when you're working with this landscape mixer option. Let's see the original, right, and then the added twilight sort of effect. So you'll see there's going to be a slight shift in what it's actually seeing as far as the shapes of the mountains go. Right? Although it's held quite well to the shadow on there, it's not bad. Let's see about the foreground here with the trees. It's not bad either, actually. It's done a pretty good job. But one of the things you will have to be careful of is going to be resolution. So despite the resolution of your document, so whether you're under your image size in the document, Again, here we have 2200 pixels by 1400 pixels at 72 pixels per inch. That's not going to change whether I have this on or off. It's just that this was likely referencing from a lower resolution image that was then scaled up to map to the exact size of my original here. So you start to see a little bit of artifacting that's happening in here, a little bit of pixelization and distortion in some of those pixels when you look at it with a under the microscope there a little bit more. So just depending on the result and the purpose for your image, how large you're going to be outputting, if it's going to be printing or if it's just going to be on the screen, might be something to keep in mind. But there's the landscape mixer beta version.